Hi everyone, this is a special session for our master franchisees and state heads. So let's understand, as a master franchisee, what is your key activity? First activity is managing existing franchisees, supporting them for maximizing revenue generation, giving the best service to our customers. And the second goal is to identify new franchisees and onboard these new franchisees in your respective districts. Now, in order to do that, there are certain things you will be doing. So as a master franchisee, you will ensure that the prospective franchisee has the required capital, money to invest in our Kendra, has the money to keep as a working capital, and that particular prospective franchisee has a place to start our Kendra, has the right location, has selected the right location, or you will guide them to get the right location. Then you'll also ensure that they have a manpower, they have employees, or else they themselves are willing to work as a franchisee, provide the service. And apart from that, you will also be looking at their interest level. If they are actually interested in giving such kind of service, doing such kind of business, if they are interested in earning money, this is not just something they invest and just keep it aside. You want them to earn money, you want them to do a lot of transactions, so in order for you to generate revenue, and they want to grow, because when they grow you also grow, right? Next, finally, the main part will be convincing them. So you find a person who matches this criteria, then you convince the person and then convert that person, make them a franchisee of Vakrangee. So now Vakrangee has resolved this issue to some extent. How? Let's look at it. First of all, Vakrangee and IOCL have partnered. Now this partnership dates back from 2016 and it has been renewed in July 2022. Okay, so IOCL has got 36,000 retail outlets. So what does this mean for you? First of all, because of IOCL and Vakrangee partnership, now Vakrangee Kendras can be opened in IOCL petrol pumps, fuel stations. This is the main advantage. Okay, so these dealers, IOCL dealers, will be able to provide Vakrangee service to their customers. That means ATM, banking, vehicle insurance, all different services which are available in the Kendra. Their customers can come and use that service. So this is our benefit. We are getting 36,000 fuel stations, outlets, the best location all across India, where we can actually go and start our Kendras. So now let's understand few more things. Why should we approach IOCL dealers? Okay, and why would they listen to us? What is their benefit? So that's the main aspect. Let's talk about that. So first point is, IOCL dealers have the required working capital to invest. They have enough money for for keeping as a working capital. They have enough money to invest and make the Kendra. They have place for starting the Kendra. The petrol pump is huge. Mostly they give out some shops on rent. You must have seen in petrol pumps McDonald's, KFC, and Bowl Masters. You'll see so many. Okay, these people have taken it on rent, so they have space. So starting a Kendra over there is not a problem. They already have space. Then fuel station is the right location. You always check the location when you give the NOC to your franchisee. You always check the location. Is it near to a bus stand, bus depots, railway stations, marketplace? You actually go and check the location. Petrol pump is the best location you can find. They have the manpower, okay? They already have people working at their fuel station, petrol pump. You'll always find 4 or 5 people working. It's very easy for them to train someone to go ahead and use and provide Vakrangee Kendra services to the customers. They are actually interested in making money. Okay, this is called as a non-fuel revenue for them, and they want to maximize their space. They want to maximize their existing profits, earn more money, utilize the space to the maximum and get more money out of it. They want to provide convenience to their customers. The customers who are coming on their fuel station for filling up petrol, diesel, they want to give them convenience. Okay, by giving them ATM, by giving them banking, and giving them vehicle insurance, and giving them all the services they can from the Kendra. So some of them have already kept a dedicated space for ATM, for banking, for Kendras. They've already made it. Some people have decided, some people have just kept it. They would like to give it to bank on rent. So there is an ATM which comes up. So their whole motive behind doing all this is to make sure their customers get that convenience. Okay, so this is our right audience. So we have already tied up with IOCL. Hence, no further permissions required, no approvals required. We just have to go and talk to our IOCL dealers and convince them. So, our Vakrangee Master Franchisee partners, you need to do only one thing. Go and meet IOCL dealers and convince them. That is the only part which is pending. That is the only piece which is pending. So, they will have 4 options, 4 models to choose from. Model 1 is Kendra with ATM with private bank BC point. Model 2 is Kendra without ATM with PSU bank BC point. Model 3 is Kendra without ATM with private bank BC point. And lastly, model 4 is only ATM, okay, without the Kendra or without banking. These are our 4 models. You are quite aware. You are aware about the pricing. You are aware about the fees, franchisee fees, the security deposit, everything. Right? So I will not talk about all that. It remains constant. There are no changes. It is just like, making any other franchisee. IOCL dealers will be becoming Vakrangee franchisees in the same manner. No changes. Now, when they join, there are 3 options. Option number 1 is dedicated space. Okay, that means in the petrol pump outside their office, there will be a dedicated space for Kendra with ATM or only Kendra. So that will be of 65 to 80 square feet. Second option is dedicated space outside their office within the petrol pump, but only for ATM. So 25 to 30 square feet. And option 3 is within the office. That means the petrol pump office. Inside that office, they'll be setting up the entire, Kendra, any model, that is Kendra with ATM, private bank BC point, PSU, bank without ATM, okay, private bank without ATM, only Kendras, and lastly only ATM. So it can be any of these options which can be set up. Further, we need to understand there are 2 kinds of sites, site A, site B. Site A is owned by IOCL, either lease, rent, owned, purchase, whatever. Ownership lies with IOCL. So some sites owned by IOCL are run by IOCL. These are called as COCO outlets. Company owned, company operated. We do not target them. Second is company owned but dealer operated. This is a very small percentage. Yes, we can target them. And second option is side B. Now side B is dealer owned. That means dealer has purchased it, rented out, lease, whatever. They have the ownership. So dealer owned, dealer operated. So these are 3 combinations. We will be targeting dealer owned, dealer operated. 80% of dealers fall over here. Dealer owned, dealer operated. Then there is a huge chunk coming over here, company owned, and dealer operated. So this is where we are going to target. So now what is the difference? Why are we understanding this? Say in case site A, that means IOCL owns that location. Okay. So in simple words, dealer is just running the shop, owner of the shop is IOCL. So if dealer is starting something new over there, dealer has to pay rent. When? So you understand option 1, option 2, that is outside the office. There is a dedicated space, just like opening up any shop. In this scenario, there is a rate card provided by IOCL depending on city. It ranges from 100 to 400 rupees per square feet. Dealer will be paying rent. Option 1, option 2. That is ATM or Kendra with ATM, Kendra without ATM. Outside office within petrol pump, there will be rent. Option number 3, that is within the office, okay, no rent. Because see, dealer is running that petrol pump, they have their own office over there. So IOCL has allowed them, it's okay, you can run it from within the office, no rent. Side B, it is owned by dealer, so there will be no rent. Okay, doesn't matter which option, it can be outside the office, inside the office, there's a dedicated space, or within the office it has been arranged, it's okay, there is no rent at all. So it is option 1, 2, 3, does not matter. Now there is one more scenario, which is third party scenario. I would say let's not focus on this, because we don't want someone else coming over there, taking a place on rent within the petrol pump and running our Kendra. Okay, if they come, someone comes from outside, takes that shop on rent within the petrol pump and runs Vakrangee Kendra, then that person will be giving rent, 80% rent to dealer and 20% rent to IOCL. Okay, this is just an FYI, but our focus should be IOCL dealer and not some third person. So let's understand more about IOCL. So here's the organization structure. Head office, there are state offices. State offices have divisional offices, and the divisional offices have field offices. Now there can be 15-20 field offices under each divisional office. Field officers are engineers or engineers with MBA, and they actually interact with dealers. Now this is how the rest of the organization chart goes. So there will be directors there for retail, for marketing, retail sales, non-fuel revenue. Then there will be state offices, they will have additional directors over there. Okay, apart from that there will be general managers, then senior general managers, retail, other departments. What are we looking at? We are looking at one more important line over here, which is non-fuel revenue. Senior managers or general managers who are looking at non-fuel revenue, their task is to improve the revenue which comes in from the petrol pumps, which is not coming from fuel. So it can be by giving out the space on rent or starting some new service over there. So Vakrangee is the best thing to start, right? So these guys would be focusing on that, plus the field officers. These guys are going to help you. Now you can see over here, these are state offices. Here you can see divisional offices, okay, and you can see the numbers, and next to them is the total numbers for each state here. So total we have 36,000 outlets all across India. Okay, you need to tap them. Documentation is very simple. See, I'll tell you, as a master franchisee, you don't need to focus on all this, because when you get a franchisee signs up, our department HO follows up with franchisee for agreement and rest of the documents. But it's good to know that there is a franchisee agreement happening between Vakrangee and IOCL dealer, leave-in license agreement between IOCL and IOCL dealer. Then there is a sublease between IOCL dealer and the franchisee in case a third party comes up. And lastly, there is a list of documents over here. Again, FYI, your role is just get them signed up. convince them. Once they sign up, you take them on apply.vakrangeekendra.in, ask them to fill up the information. Over here they will fill yes, they are IOCL dealers, and their RO code and their RO name they have to enter. Rest of the form is same, rest of the payment is same, amounts are same, everything is same. So that's all the best, and thank you.